What's up, Star Crew? My fellow empathic, light-working Earth Angels. It's Super Barbie Star Mom here. So, welcome. If you have not been on here, welcome to my mobile car studio where I shoot my videos. If you have not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. So, I am shooting a video. The last couple videos that I've shot, I was talking about this new woke evolutionary mindset that we know as gender ideology. We are changing the whole society around, and the words and everything, because it has been decided that transgender people get to do that. They get to change the language, and or they're going to kill themselves. So that's where we're at. So anyhow, I'm gonna divulge and get into this and speak a little more about what I'm talking about. If I sound like I'm being insensitive, it's because I'm a little bit bitter. What is happening is there is an erasure of women that is in the making right now, and I am witnessing it, and I'm having women in general are having our rights stripped from us that we've worked so hard for all of these generations to have equality, and now that equality is being disrupted and taken away from us by men. Now, I know that there are people that aren't going to like that I say that, because you guys think that a man that identifies as a woman is in fact not a man. But that is factually incorrect. And I don't care what media sources or I don't care who says that that's different. Kindergartners know that men have penises, female have vaginas, and unless they have parents that confuse the hell out of them by telling them they can be fluid or they can be whatever they want to be, which is a flat out lie, they know this. They know this. They learn this at a young age. I learned it at a young. It's taught in school. Now we're just confused the hell out of them in school. But that's the way it's always been since the beginning of humanity. And we had Adam and Eve, and they were male and female. They weren't non-binary. They weren't they/thems. So this is really, really, really alarming to me, because there's something up. Like, I remember being like this during COVID. There's something up. Like, something ain't adding up. Right. Like, why is everybody buying into this? And, I understand that there are transgender people in society that deserve to be treated with respect, and deserve to be affirmed, and deserve to be accepted and loved, and a part of, made to feel accepted and not feel excluded. But we have a social contagion happening right now, and I know that the argument's going to be, oh no, these people have always existed. They just, now's the time that they can feel comfortable to come out and be who they really are. I got news for you. Be who you really are. You are being who you really aren't. That makes no sense. If you were born a certain way and you are having to take hormones and have surgeries to change that way that you were born, then you are trying to be something other than what you were born as. Now, I understand that you might feel a certain way, but facts aren't feelings. Feelings aren't facts. That's just what it is. So I hate to be real direct here. I think that I can do it on the video, because I certainly can't do it to someone, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't want to upset anybody. I don't want anybody to have suicide ideation because of me and my harsh, or you can either call it harsh critique, or you can call it my strong position that wants to protect women's rights and wants to preserve what we have established for generations and generations and generations. We have men going into women's spaces with their full-on penis, full-on male genitals, and we have them playing on sports teams and beating women. We have them going in boxing rings and beating the shit out of women, all in the name of they're a woman now. We have them going into saying they're in prison for raping women and with their penises, and then they say, you know what? They wake up one day and say, you know, I'm trans. I'm a woman. And they move into the women's side and they rape women and impregnate them.
There is no greater threat to women than men. We're the #1 threat to women. Globally and historically, we're the #1 cause of injury and mayhem to women. We're the worst thing that ever happens to them.
I really think that most of the people that are buying into this have drank the Kool-Aid. I don't want to be offensive and say stupid, because it's a mindset that I just can't get with. I mean, there's smart people that are with it, and but I just don't. I can see what's happening. Y'all are being played. You know what? You know what I think? My philosophy, or my theory, is that this is a form of population control, because we have a whole generation now of youth that are infertile from taking hormones that doctors don't tell them will make them infertile. They think that they're taking these hormones. You know, what teenager doesn't feel awkward and horrible in their skin? I mean, when you're an adolescent going through puberty, you just feel ick sometimes, you know? I still feel ick sometimes. Like, that's just what it is. That's human. That's being a human. So you're an adolescent, you're going through this ick feelings, and somebody tells you, you can change your gender, and it'll make you feel, all your problems will go away. It's almost like telling a kid that doing drugs will make their, it is, because they're taking drugs. They are taking drugs. The drug dealers in our society are not the guys standing on the corners with bags in their pockets. They're the doctors, they're the pharmacists. That's where the drug dealers are. Is in those professions. And I'm not saying all of them, but I'm saying we are, as a whole, overprescribed. I'm overprescribed. So, and then the other thing, the other piece here is that I think that we are serving the patriarchy. And that's what this gender ideology is all about. And all this, when you say you're this or that, then you are that, and we have to affirm that, and we have to accept that, and we have to change the vocabulary. We have to change our vocabulary, the meanings of words. Like, a woman is no longer defined as what it is. A woman is basically a non-man now, as opposed to an adult female. And we're serving the patriarchy because we are allowing men into our spaces. I'm sorry, trans women watching this, if that offends you, but you're not a woman. You're not a woman. And it offends me for you to claim that you are. Point blank period. You don't know anything about, well, I'm not going to say anything. You might have an idea, because you know, if you present as a woman, then you get feedback from the people around you in a way that would make you feel like a woman, or get an idea of what we feel like. But you aren't a woman. You're just not. You're just not. I'm sorry. That's hard to accept. But I think that it's healthier for you to accept that and love yourself for exactly the way you are, the way God made you. That's what we should be doing. We should be teaching the transgender people how to overcome that self-loathing that they want to escape. How can people who say that gender is just a construct made by society, and it's not really, doesn't really exist, and that it's all stereotypes, it's based on stereotypes, it's based on conforming and fitting in a box, and some people don't want to fit in that box, but yet they go and do what they got to do to fit in that box. I mean, if it doesn't matter, then why are you getting boobs and taking hormones and having surgeries and getting your boobs? If you're women going to men, okay, here's what's messed up. I just went 7 different places at one time. Here's what's messed up. Women who are transitioning to men are getting butchered. They're getting their breasts cut off, and it's leaving big scars. It's not pretty. And they're getting their arms all cut up and scarred because they're making penises out of their forearms. A penis that will never function, by the way. These people will not have a sex drive.
University of Pennsylvania swimmer Leah Thomas taking first place in the NCAA 500-yard freestyle. She is the first transgender athlete to be crowned NCAA champion, but not without controversy, because critics say she has an unfair physical advantage over the other swimmers and should not have been allowed to compete.
Bring in now Griffin Maxwell Brooks. They're a member of the Princeton diving team who identifies as non-binary. Griffin, thank you for joining us. An asterisk, swim in her own lane. What do you make of that?
I think it's all nonsense, if I'm being honest. I don't think that there's any need to exclude people further. I think that the demonstrations surrounding Leah Thomas have been already abhorrent and incredibly harmful to the status of transgender people as a whole. And I also think that it's not practical to create like an open category or just to further identify trans women as different or other in these situations. Leah is a woman, trans women are women, and she deserves to compete among other women.
I like how they never offer a tangible argument, like at all. It's always just reverting back to the talking points, trans women are women, end of story, don't ask me any more questions. And it's kind of like, what a great help you are, my friend. And what exactly is the issue with being different? Because it seems to me that the whole argument is that trans people, trans women don't want to accept that they are different from women. And what I've never been able to get a straight answer from these people about is, why is being different than women bad? Like, why is that inherently a negative thing? Why am I supposed to feel less of myself because I am different than biological women? Why? What value judgments are you placing on yourselves and trying to place on me by insisting that me saying that I'm different is somehow a bad thing? Because in my world, being different actually makes you more beautiful, more intriguing, a cooler person in general. Who the wants to be an NPC, wants to be just like everyone else? It's the exact same thing as people who say we have to destigmatize mental illnesses, and then if you even hint that gender dysphoria, a neurological condition that actually affects your mood, affects your quality of life, and exists in your brain, maybe is something to do with being a mental disorder, then it's suddenly, we can't call it that. Why? Is it because you think there's inherently a negative problem with having a mental disorder? Because I don't judge autism, I don't judge depression.
People will say, before we even play the clip, I want to preface this spin a little bit. People will say this happens all the time in volleyball, what you're about to see. People get hit in the face all the time in volleyball. There's a difference between getting hit in the face with a ball coming 50 miles per hour. That hurts.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that. But when it comes 150 miles per hour, it just, the sound that this makes, okay? Let's go ahead and play the clip. When a man plays a woman's sport, the man will be spiking the ball, the woman will be feeling her face getting broken. Let's play the clip. Yeah, here we go.
Feel it
Set.
coming.
Oh, look at that dude.
They highlighted it. Huddle. Oh,
That's
no.
2,000 years of evolution coming right at you.
This is where.
Boom!
my goodness.
I mean, we can't look, and we laugh, and look, it's whatever.
funny.
I feel horrible for those girls, just like I feel horrible for the girls that had to swim against, Michael Phelps reincarnate, Leah Thomas. That's one of the worst male swimmers. Comes over and looks like Michael Phelps when she's swimming against women. Ben, at some point, do these people not realize how dangerous this is? Is it going to take a UFC fighter, a man, just beating a woman to death in the octagon for them to realize how crazy this is?
Well, I mean, I think even if that happened, they would just ignore it. I
They
mean,
would. They say it's equality.
Right. I mean, the whole point here is that everyone can see the things that are happening in front of their eyes.
Literally.
And we keep seeing this stuff. I mean, you mentioned Leah Thomas. I mean, that race where Leah Thomas is 2 pool lengths ahead of all of the women. People are like, this is an amazing female performance. This is just incredible. It's like the same thing happening right here. I mean, you watch this particular video, and at the beginning, the male is not on the screen. You're like, where's the dude? And then the male comes on the screen. That's
For sure.
I mean, the very, very tall human who's significantly taller and stronger than everybody else out there.
Yeah.
And that person apparently put this in their college reel. This person was trying to apply for a female scholarship at a college and put it in their highlight reel, just, spiking a ball directly into the face of a woman, which normally would be classified as some form of abuse, is now apparently athletic prowess. So, I mean, it's astonishing.
I have been from the beginning when it comes to trans women in women's sports. From the beginning, I've been against it. I have always tried to protect women in women's sports. I think it can become terribly unfair for women. And honestly, I don't want to destroy women's sports. We had the big issue here in the States with Leah Thomas last year. And honestly, we won that battle. Eventually, World Swimming went to ban. They said you had to have had transition before the age of 12. Why? Because the big thing is not so much hormone levels later on in life. It is, did you go through male puberty? Leah Thomas had big hands, big cardiovascular system. It was just totally unfair and it had to stop. And we won that battle.
Pay close attention. Notice a trend here?
Day 12 of being a girl, and we're gonna go buy tampons. This thing does not go up inside you.
I did a brand deal for tampons.
I'm sorry. We have the designer, expensive, bougie. Like, you're telling me if someone says, would you like this free paper bag that came with my groceries, or would you like this $35,000 bag? We're just mad because trans girls don't want to put trash like you in our designer bag.
We're probably most likely a better candidate of dating than your average bitch.
Day 145 of being a girl, and I have been accused of causing a national tampon supply shortage.
Would you want any tampons? I'm just giving them out.
Notice we never see trans men, biological women who identify as men, doing shenanigans like this. I guess that male misogyny transcends even after you now identify as a female.
New Zealand has chosen the first transgender athlete to compete at its Olympic Games. Laurel Hubbard is a female weightlifter who will be in Tokyo next month. Supporters call her selection a breakthrough for the transgender community. It's also reignited a debate with critics who say it's unfair for an athlete who used to compete with men to participate in women's sports.
For the headline-making and barrier-breaking weightlifter, all she wants to do is compete.
I am who I am. I'm not here to change the world. I just want to, be me and just, do what I do.
43-year-old Laurel Hubbard, who transitioned from male to female in 2012, is considered a serious medal contender after being selected to represent her home country, New Zealand, at the Tokyo Games.
Males do have a performance advantage that's based on their biological sex. They outperform us on every single metric: speed, stamina, strength. Picking testosterone is a red herring. I mean, we're forgetting about the anatomy, the fast twitch muscle, the bigger organs.
For Hubbard's supporters, whether she wins gold or not, being allowed to compete at the Olympics as a woman against other women is already a victory for trans rights.
This transgender fighter humiliated her opponent by breaking her skull. In a video from 2013, we can see a fight between Fallon Fox and Erica Newsom. Both the fighters engaged in a stand-up exchange in the fight, with both fighters throwing punches. Fox managed to throw Newsom to the ground, but Newsom was quick to get back up. Later, Fox delivered a forceful knee strike to Newsom's chin, causing her to lose consciousness and fall face first onto the mat. It was revealed that Fox was actually transgender, and she was a guy when she was born, but over the course of 6 years, with the help of hormone medication and sex reassignment surgery, she had transformed into a woman. Many male and female fighters, coaches, and promoters criticized Fox, claiming that it was unfair and extremely risky for a man to face a woman in the ring, as she gets an unfair advantage over her opponents. What do you think about this incident? Let us know in the comments below.
Fox delivering the knees, and that's it. Fallon Fox. Holy cow. Game over. Wow. And a quick finish to our first women's $20,000 championship tournament fight. Your winner, one knockout, Fallon Fox.
How you feeling right now? I'm feeling excellent. That was sweet, huh? Did you like that? Yeah! And I want to tell everyone else, I'm coming in this tournament. Every woman in this tournament better look out. I'm freaking coming.
I've got an itch I can't scratch, I'm missing a piece that completes a whole part of me, an open wound scar to see. Everybody come here, gather round, welcome to the freak show, the best in town. What the hell's wrong with me? I don't get along with anybody, honestly. I've been living in my own head constantly, thoughts jumbled round, think I need a new lobotomy. Wait, all these thoughts are too negative. I don't wanna get lost in the sedative. Gotta show them what I got, I'm competitive. You know I'm about to go off, I won't let them win, I'll take a stab. I wanna chase the bag, I wanna weigh, I can change all the things I lack. I gotta face the facts, I got a taste in that. Got me obsessed with the rest, I got an itch to scratch.